So when you sit down with a cup of tea and you're ready to relax and you put a bit of telly on, and then half an hour later you find yourself still scrolling through all of the options that you've got, and you realise that quite possibly I'm paying for frustration, not for entertainment. In this video, I want to talk about how frustrated I am now with my TV subscriptions. My TV's over there if I keep looking over there. But yeah, simple little gadget, and quite honestly, I can't find anything to watch. So I've cancelled all my TV subscriptions that I had. The only one that I've got now is Prime. But when I'm going into Prime or onto Prime to find something to watch, I get so frustrated. I mean, why is it so difficult? I don't understand in this day and age why a company like Amazon cannot get their TV subscription app to narrow down or rather not narrow down, but to actually ask their audience, their customers, what exactly is that they like to watch, instead of leaving it to this damned algorithm. It's just crazy to me. Everything else that I use in work and personally, I can personalize it. So why can't I personalize Prime? The problem that I see, and I don't know whether you agree with me, and please let me know whether you found a way to do this, because I have asked ChatGPT and I've asked Google if there's a way that I can personalize my Amazon Prime account for TV so that I only get up on the home page, or whatever they call it, the TV programs or the films that I want to watch. And yet every time I log in, I seem to get nonsense, absolute nonsense. I mean, they seem to think that this almighty algorithm is really good, but it's not. It keeps giving me a load of rubbish. And there's only me here. It's not that I'm watching things that don't align with what I generally watch. I mean, okay, so maybe once in a while I might, but you know, most of the time I watch what I want to watch. When there's nobody else here that could be using the account, that would confuse it even more. So I'm not impressed. Apparently, there is a way to tell Prime TV, and I'm not sure whether it works on Netflix as well, but on Prime, apparently you can go into each program that's given to you. So you've got like a carousel, haven't you, where it goes across, or you can slide across it to see what they are offering you today. And I have to admit that just lately it seems to be exactly the same thing every single day, apart from the ones that they are really plugging and they're right at the top, aren't they? But I have to go into every single program to tell it that it's not for me. And how many of us have got time to do that? And we shouldn't have to do it. It should be very easy, like a red and a green button at the bottom of it that says, do you want to watch this? Yes or no. Quite simple. And if you click no, then you just swipe along to the next one, click no on the next one, and click no, and then it will never show it to you again. I mean, how difficult can that be? Sorry, this is a bit of a rant, but I'm so frustrated with it. It's absolutely driving me up the wall. The genre of TV programs that I like to watch is very simple. I like crime investigation programs. I like any sci-fi films. I like films about dinosaurs, or programs about dinosaurs. I like the history programs. Big fan of history. And I want to be able to get those up, or have those come up to say, this, you haven't watched this one yet, or this is new, do you want to watch this? Or we're suggesting this because you liked that dinosaur program. Do you know what I mean? It cannot be that difficult. Every time I log in, it seems to want to push Downton Abbey at me, and it is just not my cup of tea, and I don't want to watch it. And yet it seems to come up every single time. So I have to dig deeper, and I have to say, what is their gameplay? What is going on? Is it that there are not that many programs being made at the moment? Is it because Hollywood is not chucking out films like it used to? I mean, I do realise that Amazon and Netflix and all of the other ones, they pay a license to hold a film on their site for a certain number of months. So let's just say it's 6 months at a time. It's probably more likely to be a year, but they have a film come out and they have it for 12 months and they have to make the most money they can out of it. Totally get that. Totally understand it. However, if I've told you that I do not want to watch this program, do not show it to me again, because it is just going to get me frustrated and it's probably highly likely that I'm going to cancel your TV subscription. I've got a list of the criteria that I would want to put on my Prime TV subscription. So, my list. I want crime documentaries, sci-fi series, true life dramas, and I want the latest films, not European dubbed or subtitled films. No cartoons for kids, no Bollywood because it's just not my thing, and definitely no comedies. History programs, David Attenborough, and dinosaurs. I mean, I'm very easy to please, and maybe the occasional cooking thing thrown in, or maybe some occasional fashion documentary or something like that. But, and I have my, if you want to show me the latest films that you've got, by all means do that. But allow me to say, I don't want to see that one again, please. And I think the reason why it does frustrate me is that I'm paying money to watch these TV subscriptions, or this TV subscription now. So I'm going to assume that I'm back where I was earlier in the year, where I had about 3 or 4 of them on the go. Apple Pay, or Apple TV rather, Paramount, Netflix, all those ones. I had them all because I was so fed up with not being able to find anything that I would sign up to so many of them, that my mindset was, well, I've got to find something that I can watch, but it was costing me a fortune. And that's the thing, isn't it? It nibbles away at your bank account and you don't realise it. And they're not cheap anymore. I mean, Netflix is, I think I used to pay $12.99 because I liked the ad-free stuff. I mean, I am a big lover of having ad-free. But I think I've already told you that, haven't I? I mean, does this kind of thing frustrate you as well? And if you found a way to do this, I've asked ChatGPT, as I say, and Google and any other AI that I can think of. I think I've even gone on their questions and answers page to see whether I'm doing something wrong. But it just means that I do not want to watch any live TV because I don't have a TV license. So I don't even want to see it on the screen. I don't want to watch any sports because I'm not a sports person. But why can't I tell them I do not want to do this? I'm absolutely, as you can tell, I'm fuming about it. I will calm down, especially after I've had my really nice chamomile tea. But they're all for the chop if I can't get this to work out. And I'm just going to go back to watching YouTube again, I think. So the subscriptions, I find they're a bit like back in the day when I used to go to the gym. I'd have a gym subscription. You'd buy it in January, wouldn't you, when you were all full of goals and this, that, and the other, and you'd go once or twice in January, and then you'd never go again, and yet it was still coming out of your bank because you signed up for 12 months. I don't want to do that anymore. I just don't want it to keep going out of my bank. I mean, I need to put that money towards my future for my retirement, put it in my ISAs. So I've decided that I'm going to cancel as many as I can. I have to see what happens with Prime because I think I'm paying for it and I get the free deliveries and all that kind of thing. So I'll have to see what's going on with that one. But yeah, it just drives me nuts. So it's a bit of what I call a digital declutter. I'm not paying for things that I don't know what it is or I don't need it. It's the same as with the storage, isn't it, for email. I found out recently that I was paying for, I have an Outlook email address for personal and one for business, and I found out that I was paying for storage for my personal email, which is free, but you pay a subscription to get the Microsoft Office and the storage. And I thought, well, I don't need Microsoft Office on my personal account because I've got it with my business account and I only need the software once. So I've cancelled. I didn't realise that. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? These things just creep up and you don't realise what you're paying for. But I've done all that now. I've got a complete digital declutter. I've been through my bank statement and I know exactly what I'm paying for now. And that is a bit of a relief, but this is the next thing on my list of things to go through. So I found a few free sites. Some of them that they're free to sign up to, and there's a lot of programs on there that are free, and obviously they all do have pay per view as well. But if you look, I don't know about yours actually, but on my remote control, it's got something called Rakuten TV. So I thought, well, it's on my remote control. And yeah, this is a bit of an old television. It's probably about, what must be 5 years old, 6 years old since I moved in here. So I've signed up to Rakuten. I think that's how you pronounce it. And that's got free stuff on it. So I thought, well, I can just have a troll through all of that and see whether, even if I've seen things before, as long as it was a few years ago, if I really liked it, I'll watch it again. But there are other ones. I think there's one called Pluto. And I forget the other one that I found as well, but they are literally free to sign up to, and there's loads of programs on there. And they are, to my mind, they're set out a bit better than Netflix and Prime. So I'm going to give that a go. And the worst case scenario is I can always sign back up to Netflix or Prime, or any of the others at any time. If a program or a series comes up that I really want to watch, then I can sign up. And then as soon as I've watched it, I can stop it again. It's consumerism, and I'm going to make the most of it, to be honest with you. So as you can see, I'm not anti-TV. I'm not going to get no plans to get rid of my actual TV as yet. So I'm going to be sensible about this going forward now, and I'm only going to pay for the channels that I do actually watch, or there's a few things on there that I can watch. And I am going to write to Amazon Prime and to Netflix and just ask support if there is a way of personalising the channel better for me. And if I find a way, I'll let you know. And if you find out anything, please let me know, because it is driving me nuts. My thought processes on this, as you can tell, is that if it's not going to work with me, then I'm not going to pay for it anymore. I'm going to see what else is out there. I mean, the thing is that I don't watch a huge amount of TV, maybe an hour or two in the evenings. And a lot of that time will be devoted to watching YouTube channels, because I find a lot of those far more interesting than the TV channels. I mean, there's lots of history documentaries on there that are fascinating to me, and they're not on any of the TV channels. So, YouTube is free, isn't it? So that's my rant for today. Let me know if you're very similar to me. Has anybody actually cancelled everything yet? It's just crazy prices. So if you've watched this far, you're either as mental as I am, or you're very loyal, and I thank you very much. So give me a like if you thought this was a good topic to have, and subscribe if you haven't. And of course, there's the membership if you're interested in that. So take care, have a great rest of the week, and stay warm. Bye-bye.